And as we've walked, we've come across our first point of interest that Malcolm has pointed out. This is a Bronze Age barrow in front of us here. In case you don't know what a barrow is, it's an ancient burial ground. And this one's from the Bronze Age. But yeah, there's probably a few of them around here, but they've probably been levelled over the years. As you can see, that's our direction we're going in. Should be in for a nice day. Coffee break soon, I reckon.
Yes, I think so. I think it's due. We've been going.
What can we see today? We can see...
This is me, a broad-bodied chaser.
Oh, I see. Who are you chasing? Not me, that's for sure. Here's some of the wildlife you get on the common. Probably won't see any of it today. Mind you, we've seen a red kite, so...
We have, I bet they're not on here.
Hen harrier would be nice. Right, one good thing about this is the path has actually been mown. Onwards and upwards. Hopefully we won't meet too many people. This is our path today, me and Malcolm, this is our path. We booked it. Always looking rabbit hole spoil, because you never know what you're going to find. Nothing. Very convenient bench there. Through here. Right through the jungles of southeast Kings Lynn. Make sure we're still together. The one thing that is going to spoil this walk is of course traffic noise. We're going to parallel or come down to the southern bypass around Kings Lynn very shortly. But enjoy this while you can. It says public footpath. You try walking through that lot down there. Damn ridiculous.
Danger, barbed wire.
Yeah.
On this property.
Dun, dun, dun. Well, like I said last time, I won't lose my dinghy this time because I've got a lanyard attached to it. I hope anyway. Anyway, on with the walk, chasing pheasants and a farm. Now if you can see it over there, where the wind turbine is, that's where the hospital is, if you know Kings Lynn. If you know this part of Norfolk, you know roughly where we are now. And that's the port, that white building on the horizon there, that's the port. But we're going over that way, over there. That's about 100 grand's worth of camera, tractor sat there. Okay, as you can hear it now, we're actually going to come up to the southern bypass, the Queen Elizabeth Way. We can't go that way.
I thought it was his estate, Lord Howard.
We're going down this way. We might miss the traffic, I don't know how close we're going to get to it, but it doesn't make for great filming, all that noise. This will be it up there, yeah. Yeah, the southern bypass, Kings Lynn. Never actually reached it, so we carry on this way, I think. There's two choices actually. If we go this way, yeah.
Spot Farm.
Yeah, that's where we're headed. I hope you can see this on the horizon just there. That's the remains of St James's Church. It was an 11th century church. And it's also referred to now as the Bawsey Ruins. I'll tell you a little bit more about it, but became redundant after these tides started to recede and the wash started to silt up, it was formerly a fishing village, a medieval fishing village around it. Now one thing you can't grasp is actually how big that is. You see it from the bypass, it looks small, but it's actually huge. It was actually known as St Michael's of Norfolk or East Anglia because it used to sit high above the water and a very impressive structure. Marks on the wall here would suggest that there was a building on this side or this end, probably attached to this bit. That's listing quite badly. Bracket. Driven past this literally hundreds of times and never ever thought I'd get this close to it. Meet the vicar. So that's some ancient graffiti there, perhaps, or modern. Little cubby holes everywhere.
That one's still remains.
Yeah, it's pity this is missing.
Yeah.
I think what happened many years ago when these places fell into ruin, that villagers came up and started removing the flints and the block work, etc., the flooring to build new houses with. But yeah, this is quite impressive really. Harvest in full swing. Plenty of crops to bring in.
Now we can go.
Oh, another one.
I didn't see it.
That's all right. There's no one coming the other way. As you can gather, we're on a road. And behind us is the Kings Lynn crematorium. And ahead of us is Bawsey. So we're going to have a look. That's why it's got noisy again. Okay, we've just come along this plantation around us is known as Armistice Plantation, and we think it was probably planted after World War One originally. We're on a old railway line here. Hello. Mate. As you can tell by the identification tag. That's where the old, lovely. That sickens me, that does. And that way, that's the old railway line. But over there is Bawsey Pits, which is where we're heading. Alright, forget the last bit. Right, we come down to as soon as they were in the Bawsey Pits and the Bawsey Lakes, we thought we'd come down and have a look. It's actually massive. It's not how we imagined it. The level's a bit lower than normal, but it is still. We've got former gravel pits, and over there's a beach. There's not many people on it. I thought I'd see more people canoeing and bodyboarding, or whatever they call it, paddle boarding. Very nice, the water lapping up there. Yeah. Right, we've left Bawsey Country Park and coming up to Leziate. So we're back on the road for a bit and then we cross over. Hopefully get back to more rural surroundings, but it's pretty quiet here anyway. Well, it was pretty quiet. Right. Either way there. Oh, Leziate circular walks, restricted byway. And we're going up here. We need to stop for some sustenance. So a convenient point where it's quiet. And we'll settle down. Nice walk so far. Nice. Can't escape that traffic anywhere you go. It's annoying. But hey. Okay, so we're on the sort of homeward leg now, so don't know what there is to see now. We're heading back to Roydon Common, so you might see some familiar ground that you've seen on the previous video. Hope you enjoyed the walk so far. Anyway, we're coming to the end. In fact, we're on the path back to Roydon Common, which you can see on my previous walks. So thanks for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe and make a comment. The channel's growing pretty well now, so as usual, see you on the next one. But enjoy the rest of the walk.